Welcome to the second episode of Physical Education. Friends, in previous lecture, we discussed about the origin of football, how this game is so popular among English people, and the origin of soccer in England. In this episode, I will be talking about the fundamental of this game, how to play this game, and field requirements and other details of the game. The first is the field of play. What are the dimensions of this game? The length of the touch line must be greater than the length of the goal line. Length, touch line, minimum 90 meters, that is 100 yards, maximum 120 meters, that is 130 yards, width, that is the goal line, minimum 45 meters, that is 50 yards, maximum 90 meters, that is 100 yards. All lines must be of the same width, which must be not more than 12 centimeters, that is 5 inches. International matches. What are the requirements in the international matches? The length is minimum 100 meters, that is 110 yards, maximum 110 meters, 120 yards, width minimum 64 meters, 70 yards, maximum 75 meters, 80 yards. Now, next is the field surface. Matches may be played on natural or artificial surfaces according to the rules of the competition. The color of artificial surface must be green. Where artificial surfaces are used in either competition matches between representative teams of member associations affiliated to FIFA or international club competition matches, the surface must meet the requirements of the FIFA quality concept for football, turf or the international artificial turf standard, unless special dispensation is given by FIFA. Next is the field markings. The field of play must be rectangular and marked with lines. These lines belong to the areas of which they are boundaries. The two longer boundary lines are called touch lines. The two shorter lines are called goal lines. The field of play is divided into two halves by a halfway line, which joins the midpoints of the two touch lines. The center mark is indicated at the midpoint of the halfway line. A circle with a radius of 9.15 meters, that is 10 yards, is marked around it. Marks may be made of the field of play, that is 9.15 meters, 10 yards from the corner arc and at right angles to the goal lines and the touch lines. To ensure that defending players retreat this distance when a corner kick is being taken. Next is the goal area. Two lines are drawn at right angles to the goal line, 5.5 meters, 6 yards from the inside of each goal post. These lines extend into the field of play for a distance of 5.5 meters, that is 6 yards, and are joined by a line drawn parallel with the goal line. The area bounded by these lines and the goal line is the goal area. Goals. A goal must be played on the center of each goal line. A goal consists of two upright posts equidistant from the corner flag post and joined at the top by a horizontal crossbar. The goal posts and crossbar must be made of wood, metal or other approved material. They must be square, rectangular, round or elliptical in shape and must not be dangerous to players. The distance between the posts is 7.32 meters, that is 8 yards, and the distance from the lower edge of the crossbar to the ground is 2.44 meters, that is 8 feet. The position of the goal post in relation to the goal line must be according to the graphics which are given below. If the shape of the goal post is square, the sides must be parallel or perpendicular to the goal line. The sides of the crossbar must be parallel or perpendicular to the field plane. If the shape of the goal post is elliptical, the longest axis must be perpendicular to the goal line. The longest axis of the crossbar must be parallel to the field plane. If the shape of the goal post is rectangular, the longest side must be perpendicular to the goal line. The longest side of the crossbar must be parallel to the field plane. Both goal posts and the crossbar have the same width and depth, which do not exceed 12 centimeters, that is 5 inches. The goal lines must be of the same width as the goal post and the crossbar. Nets may be attached to the goals and the ground behind the goal, provided that they are properly supported and do not interfere with the goalkeeper. The goal post and crossbars must be white. Now, let us have a look on the safety of this. Goals must be anchored securely to the ground. Portable goals may only be used if they satisfy this requirement. The penalty area. 2 lines are drawn at right angles to the goal line, 16.5 meters, that is 18 yards, from the inside of each goal post. These lines extend into the field of play for a distance of 16.5 meters, that is 18 yards, and are joined by a line drawn parallel with the goal line. The area bounded by these lines and the goal line is the penalty area. Within each penalty area, a penalty mark is made 11 meters, 12 yards from the midpoint between the goal post and equidistant to them. An arc of a circle with the radius of 9.15 meters, that is 10 yards from the center of each penalty mark, is drawn outside the penalty area. Flag post. A flag post not less than 1.5 meters, that is 5 feet high, with a non-pointed top and a flag must be placed at each corner. Flag post may also be placed at each end of the halfway line, not less than 1 meter, that is 1 yard, outside the touch line. The corner arc. A quarter circle with a radius of 1 meter, that is 1 yard, from each corner flag post is drawn inside the field of play. Determining the best in the world. Nearly as soon as it was formed, FIFA began discussing holding a World Championship tournament. The first World Cup competition came about in 1930 in Uruguay. Uruguay had won the Olympic saucer gold medal in both 1924 and 1928. There were no qualifying tournaments for the first World Cup, but only 13 countries decided to send teams on the long trip to South America. Uruguay won the first World Cup with a 4-2 defeat of Argentina in the final round. Now, let us have a look on fundamental skills. The first is passing. Passing is one of the most important fundamental skills in soccer, as it is how you move the ball from yourself to another teammate. For a short basic pass, you will turn your foot 90 degrees to the outside and swing your leg so that the inside of your leg marks contact. If you want to send the ball further, you will swing your leg with more power and aim for the lower half of the ball to pop it into the air and use the inside of your toes. Receiving a pass. Whether you are receiving a pass that is on the ground or traveling through the air, you will want to square your shoulders to the direction the ball is coming from. If it is on the ground, turn your foot toward the outside as if you were passing, and with your knees bent, cushion the ball so it stops right at your feet. For a ball traveling through the air, you will most likely want to receive the ball with your chest. Stand with your back arched slightly backward. So, when the ball hits your chest, it will pop gently into the air and then land at your feet rather than bounce off out of your control. Next is shooting. There are a number of unconventional ways to score a goal, but the fundamental way to try to score is by taking a shot. When shooting your plant foot, follow through and where you contact the ball are all important. You will want to place your non-shooting foot just outside the ball with your toe pointing at the direction you are aiming to shoot. Swing your leg through the ball, aiming higher on the ball if you want to keep it low or lower on the ball if you want to send it through the air. Follow through with your shooting leg in a hopping motion that brings your plant foot off the ground and land on the foot you shot with for the most power. Next is outside of passing, dribbling is the primary method of moving the ball up the field. This works best when you have open field in front of you without pressing defenders. Most players find success using the top of their foot to push the ball along the ground when passing. And the more advanced you get, the more parts of your foot you will be able to use when. The goal of dribbling is to move the ball quickly while keeping the ball close to your body so that you can make a quick decision to pass, shoot or change direction whenever needed. Next is goalkeeping. The goalkeeper is the last line of defense, in charge of doing whatever possible to keep the ball out of the net. As goal line, you can use your entire body, including your hands and arms, to stop the ball. The best way for a goal line to catch the ball is to form a W with your thumbs and index fingers with your hands open and palms facing away from you. This will help you catch a ball traveling at a high speed upfield after making a save. Hold the ball over your dominant foot and then drop the ball as you swing your foot, making contact and sending the ball through the air. Land on your shooting foot on your follow through like you are taking a shot. Next is the rules of football. What are the rules required for this game? There are 17 laws in total. Each one is briefly summarized. The first is field of play. The game can be played on either natural or artificial surface. The surface must be green and rectangular in shape. The two long sides of the rectangle are called touch lines and the two shorter sides are called goal lines. The field is divided in half by the halfway line. Ball must be spherical, made of leather or similar, that is 68 to 70 centimeters in circumference and of a certain pressure. Number of players, two teams of not more than 11 players, one of which is the goalkeeper. A game cannot start if either team has less than 7 players. Next is equipment. Players must wear a jersey, shorts, stockings, shin guards and footwear. Referee. The referee ensure the laws of the game are respected and upheld. Assistant referees. There may be at most 2 assistant referees. Duration of the match. The game is played in 2 halves consisting of 45 minutes each. The half-time interval must not exceed more than 15 minutes. At the discretion of the referee, more time is allowed to compensate for any stoppage during the play. Example, due to substitutions or care and attention of injured players. Next is start and restart of play. A kickoff starts play at the start of the match or after a goal. A kickoff involves one player kicking the ball from stationary forward from the central spot. All players must be in their own half prior to kickoff. A coin is tossed pre-game. The team which loses the toss are awarded the kickoff to start the game, while the team that win the toss are allowed to choose which direction they want to play. After half time, the team switch direction and the other team will kick off. After a goal is scored, the team which conceded the goal will kick off to restart play. Ball in and out of play. The ball is out of play once a goal has been scored or when the referee has stopped the game. The ball is in play at all other times. Next is method of scoring. The ball crosses the goal line inside the goal mouth. Offside. It is an offence for a player to be in contact with the ball when they are closer to the opponent's goal than both the ball and the second last opponent. The offside rule exists to ensure there are always opponents, generally the goalkeeper and a defender, between a player receiving the ball and the goal. Without the offside rule, play can become boring with repeated long balls being kicked to a player stood next to the goalkeeper for an easy goal. Next is fouls and misconduct. These are many and varied. Broadly speaking, it is an offence to use excessive force while playing the game either deliberately or undeliberately, or it is to handle the ball unless you are a goalkeeper. Referee may show the yellow card to caution players for less serious offences and the red card for more serious offences, resulting in the player being sent off. 2 yellow cards are equivalent to 1 red card. Free kicks are given by the referee for fouls and misconduct. A free kick can either be direct or indirect. A goal can be scored directly from a direct free kick. A goal can only be scored from an indirect free kick if it touches at least one other player first. The free kick must be taken from a stationary position, with that position varying depending on whether the free kick was given inside or outside the goal area and whether it's direct or indirect. The opposing team must be a minimum of 9.15 meters from the ball when the free kick is taken. Next is penalty kicks. These are given against a team when they commit an offence, which would normally be awarded a direct free kick inside their goal area. The ball is kicked from stationary from the penalty spot. The opposing team must be outside of the penalty area and at least 9.15 meters from the ball. Throw in. It is used to restart play after the whole of the ball has crossed the touchline. Goal kick. It is used to restart play after a goal has been scored. Corner kick. It is given when the whole of the ball crosses the goal line and was last touched by a member of the defending team and no goal was scored. A corner kick is taken from inside the corner arc closest to the point where the ball crosses the goal line. The defending team must be at least 9.15 meters from the ball when the corner kick is taken. The basic equipment required for football. The basic compulsory equipment of a player comprises the following separate items. In detail, a jersey or shirt with sleeves. If undergarments are worn, the color of the sleeve must be the same main color as the sleeve of the jersey or shirt. Shorts. If undershorts or tights are worn, they must be of the same main color as the shorts. Stockings. If tape or similar material is applied externally, it must be the same color as that part of the stocking. It is applied to shin guards, footwear. Now, let us have a look on qualities and measurements. The ball is spherical, made of leather or other suitable material. It is of a circumference of not more than 70 centimeters and not less than 68 centimeters, not more than 450 gram and not less than 410 grams in weight at the start of the match. Of a pressure equal to 0.6 to 1.1 atmosphere at sea level. Replacement of a defective ball. Now, let us have a look on replacement of a defective ball. If the ball bursts or becomes defective during the course of a match, the match is stopped. The match is restarted by dropping the replacement ball at the place where the original ball became defective, unless play was stopped inside the goal area, in which case the referee drops the replacement ball on the goal area line parallel to the goal line at the point nearest to where the original ball was located. When play was stopped, if the ball bursts or becomes defective during a penalty kick or during kicks from the penalty mark as it moves forward and before it touches any player or the crossbar or goal post, the penalty kick is retaken. If the ball bursts or becomes defective while not in play at a kickoff, goal kick, corner kick, free kick, penalty kick or throw in. The match is restarted accordingly. The ball may not be changed during the match without the authority of the referee. So, this is all about the fundamental skills, rules and basic equipment required in football and the other requirements which are essential in national and international matches. This game has incredible importance in England from where it has originated. Hope this lecture has given you enough knowledge about the football rules, how this game is played and the fundamental skills. Thank you. Have a nice day.